Hi guys, welcome to Charity's Bubble USA, your number one channel. I hope you're doing fantastic. I'm doing well, guys. I'm going to work. I just woke up. It's my morning, 6:27 p.m. But like right now, the way the sun looks like, it looks like the nights are coming on earlier. It's not like before when they were coming in at 8. They're coming on earlier, and it's gonna go like that until we go to fall. And then but a little bit before we approach winter, is gonna be dark at 5. So today, like I said on my previous video, I'm gonna talk about I wouldn't tell them the bad things. I'm gonna look at the flip side of the video that I did yesterday. So I'm going to talk about the disadvantages or the challenges. Let me call them challenges. Challenges is a better word. And before that, my name is Charity Nganga. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly consider subscribing. And for you who has been supporting me throughout my work, thank you. Continue watching my videos, continue sharing, continue subscribing. Because my dream is that one of you who watches my channel at one time, it doesn't matter, but you will be here and just experiencing the life that I have experienced with my family now. For this is our 11th year to be here in the US. Now let's talk about when you come in. The first challenge that you're gonna find is that your normal routine, because everybody has got a normal routine regardless of where you live in this world. You have a normal routine where you wake up, you do 1, 2, 3, there's a certain time that you eat, there's a certain time that you go to bed. There is all that. But the moment you board that plane, you're coming to America, I'm telling you, everything of that is gonna change. Because the first thing, when you come in, you will stay in your host's house for some time, depending on how proactive your host is, waiting for your papers and waiting to get a job. Because you're not gonna just come in and just get a job now. So there will be some time. Let's give it like 30 to 60 days that you're gonna be in the house. You're waiting for your paperwork to come and you're getting familiar. I think one of the challenges that was us, that was a big challenge for us, because I don't want to follow this truck, so I'm gonna have to change the lane. I hate following a truck like this one because they go very slowly. So I was used to waking up and going to work. Francis was used to waking up and going to work. My children were used to waking up and going to school. And when we came it was around summertime. Actually, it was summer. It was May 5. So schools were just almost to close. It wasn't summer, but we were there because schools were closing. And the kids had not experienced a very long holiday. Because here schools close May, June, July, and the kids resume school in August. From mid-August, that's when the kids resume school. So that was a very long time for them, because there was nothing to do other than watch TV all day. And sometimes you watch TV and you're tired, you sleep all day, you don't even want to sleep, and it was a challenge for them. And we couldn't take them out because it was very hot. It was getting very hot, and it was so hard for us to be outside. We would go outside maybe for around 7 and 8, but by 9 a.m. we could be back in the house because it was so hot. And then me and Francis, we were dying because of boredom, because we are used to a certain routine, but now we have to stay in the house so that we can wait until we get our documentation before we get jobs. And then for me it was a little bit longer because Francis got a job first and I had to be left with the kids. So you can imagine, I started becoming someone who's just waking up and doing nothing. Because the only thing I could do is do laundry, or maybe I could cook, And it was, I would say, like, it was such a trying time for me, but I still managed. So that is one of the things that you're gonna find, like, you're gonna see, like, on the flip side, because you're starting. The other thing is when you get a job. When you got a job and you go to work, you find that you have to be on time. Here it's on time, and the shifts are different. So if you're used to working maybe all day, you find that you'll either go for an 8-hour shift or a 12-hour shift, which is gonna be very tiring. Before you get used to that, you're gonna get tired, guys. And then if you have kids, you'll have to decide, am I gonna be working during the day or am I gonna be working at night? So you can decide, if you have a spouse, that both of you are gonna work opposite shifts. One of the one person will work during the day, the other person is gonna work at night, so that during the day the other person is with the kids. Then another thing that, like, you're gonna find a challenge for you is money. You're gonna have to learn about money, guys. You gotta know what's a penny, what's a dime, what's a quarter, and of course the notes. Like, before that one clicks, or it took us a minute. I do remember I used to go to the store, and then the person is trying, like, to tell me how much I'm supposed to give them, because at that time we didn't have a lot of money, but we had some coins that we had been given by our host. So sometimes we would take coins to go with, and we couldn't tell. So counting money is a challenge, guys, you know. You will learn that, and that's, you know, when you come in, instead of it being a challenge at that time that you're staying in the house, I think you can learn about money. You can learn what's a penny, what's a dime, what's a quarter, what's and then we have notes. You know, we have $1 note, we have $10, we have $50, we have $100, you know. So that's the currency. We don't have a $500 note, and we don't have a $1,000 note. You know, like where we come from, Kenya, we have 500 and 1,000 and 200. We don't have all that. We only have, the highest is $100. So that is another thing. Like, you'll be like, whoa, you're challenged. The other thing is the food. You find that here, I would say that the staple food for the Americans is bread. Everything that Americans eat has bread. Everything, like, there is bread somewhere. There is bread in form of a biscuit, there is bread in form of a cake, there is bread, like, there's always bread. And Americans love cheese. And you find us when we grew up, we didn't grow up with cheese. Because me, even right now, I have never warmed up to cheese. I'm telling you, I really don't like cheese. I tried, there's some strings of cheese that are kind of long. I tried to buy some, and I tried to put it in my mouth, and I'm telling you, I wasn't able to. You know, it just has, I don't know, it has a taste. At least right now, I can eat it in a sandwich, but still, I haven't, like, embraced it 100%. The other thing that you're gonna find in food is cold meats, whereby you get cold meat, you put in a bread, and then you put some lettuce, and I can't take that. Especially the thought of me eating cold meat, like, has never, I don't know, I just cannot, I'm not able to. And I think it's because we grew up with a different kind, or we grew up whereby the food was different. So us, we still cook African food in our house. And for me, even when I go to work, I don't like going to the cafe to buy food, because even if I buy it, I'm not able to eat it, like, very well. Maybe I can eat a snack, but the food, it's not bad, it's good, but I haven't warmed up to it. I'm still stuck in our original African food. So that can be a challenge. And I normally see that that's something with most Africans. We tend to go to Asian shops, we buy corn, we like to buy beans, we also like potatoes, you know, all that stuff. Because, and then most immigrants, they grow their own vegetables. You know, we have those indigenous vegetables. You find that culture has come from there, and then you try to grow those ones in your back. That one happens a lot. So you will find a challenge. The kids warm up very fast, because I don't know, for some reason they warm up very fast, and you find that they don't they're not gonna like our food like so much like they used to like it before. They tend to be drawn to the food that they find there. It's not that the food is bad, but you know, the taste buds. Like you're used to something different, and now you find something different. And that's why for me, I normally pray when I'm very old and I cannot go to work anymore, and I cannot, you know, I want to go and grow old with my people, you know, where I grew. That's why I want to go and grow, because I don't want to end up in a nursing home, which is the culture here. And it's not a bad thing, guys. Life is so busy, very, very, very busy. Like I do have a grandmother who is over 100 years old, and if today she were to come under my care, for me to take care of her, it would be so hard, because I'm gonna have to go to work at night. I have a sleep schedule that is very different, and maybe she has needs and all that, so I wouldn't be able to take care of her, because I tell you guys, this is a fast life, you know, life like you're always on the clock. So you find that most of the elderly, they end up being taken to the nursing home. It's not a bad thing, but it's help, because you don't want to leave them in the house. You don't want to leave them, they get lost. You've heard stories of parents being invited here, and then they just come and they get lost. Like that guy who got lost, and I don't know if they ever found him. You don't want them to fall, because falls are very, very common with the elderly. You don't want that. So for me, instead of me being shipped to a nursing home by my children, I want to go home and grow old with my people, because I will understand my language, I will understand the food and all that. The other thing is that we come from a very, 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 very religious community, especially in Africa. Like most of us, we so religion. And I'm telling you, if you are not careful, you're going to come here and just get absorbed in everything. And you find that you will never be able to step into church. I'm telling you. So when you're coming in, you gotta know that you're gonna have to create that time, because the schedules here, they are so, how can I say, they have a way that they have arranged that here we work 24 hours. Like every hour there is someone who is working somewhere. And you find that when we come, because there is so much for us to accomplish in such a short time, it's starting a life at maybe you are in middle age of everything, you want to work so that you can meet some points, or you can meet some goals. You find that there is not time to go and worship. And we miss the point, because if you go to your employer and you tell them, this is my worship day, I cannot go to church, I cannot come to work, they normally give you that time, because here, like religion, nobody can stop you like from practicing your religion. Like for example, I used to work Sundays, but then I dropped. I was like, I have to go to church, so I can't work on Sunday, and that's it. I don't work on Sunday, you know. I just changed my schedule, because you need to have that time. Remember, we grew up in very, very deep roots of Christianity. That is what defines us, that is what keeps us. But you find that if you come here, it's very, very easy to get lost into that. Very, very easy. The other thing is that you find that there in Africa, you don't have internet like 24/7 unless you're very rich. And nowadays in Africa, you find that you can either be very rich or very poor. There is no middle class. You are either very rich or you are either very poor. So let's assume that you want a green card and you are very poor. And then you come in here, you have internet, you have everything access, and you know the internet, sometimes it does not have boundaries. As an adult, maybe you can restrain yourself. There are some people who do very well in restraining themselves, but for our kids, they don't know how to. So you find that there is internet addiction, whereby they are online all the time. You don't know what they are watching, and they learn some things that they are not even supposed to see. There's something that I like about maybe something like Netflix or whatever, and I compared the Netflix here and the Netflix back in Kenya. I found that the Netflix here, the programs are so censored. You find that this one, they say, is TV for 7 years old. This is for kids. This one is for parent guardian, and this one is for adult mature audience and all that. But you find that there were some movies that I was sampling when I was in Kenya, and the other ones that I was sampling when I was here, and I was saying like this one in my Netflix when I'm there, it's parent guardian, but then there is general exhibition, you know, general audience. So you find that there's a difference. There's a very big difference. And I'm not saying that American kids do not watch what they are not supposed to watch. They do if you don't supervise them, or they will. They do if you do not supervise them. So you find that as a parent, we don't want them to get lost in the internet. You're gonna have to put a break on how much they are on the internet. You know what I mean? You have to you have to pay money to have some restrictions, so that your kids do not see what they are not supposed to see. Like, we have a rule in our house, and we have at least managed up to here to have our kids not watch what they are not supposed to. Yes, we have those avenues, but at the same time, if it's my account, if I have my account on Netflix and my daughter has her account on Netflix, because you can put depending on the age, you find that they cannot access mine, and if they did, I would know. So they know, like, they know even when they see something on the TV, they are like, we can't watch that. They know. So you're gonna have to be very careful, because you do not want your kids to get lost in the internet. I'm telling you, the internet it's a maze, it's a forest whereby even adults get lost in there, you know. Even you find that there are some adults who have even gotten so addicted to the internet that even when you are home, like, you cannot even have a conversation because you are on the phone all the time, you know. And there is something that I pride myself in, is that when I go home, I can't even tell you where my phone is. I don't like being on the phone all the time when I am home, because I got kids to take care of, I got chores to do, I got things to do. So if I'm on the phone all the time, it's not. But you find that there are some people who cannot. They are hooked into it, and it's like drugs. Like, when you're hooked on it, you like that fear of being left out. You find that every time, even in the middle of the night, you want to wake up and start flipping, because the internet is there and everything is there. Like, that is a disease. You know, you gotta have to know about that, because that can be trouble. You sometimes will not even meet deadlines simply because you are looking at Facebook or YouTube or whatever. No, like me, I am a YouTube creator. You know, I do produce my own things, but I'm telling you, it takes a minute before you find me watching something in YouTube for less than 10 minutes. I can't. Even my videos, when I do them, I review them on my way, you know, like, I just put it on when I'm driving, and that's it. I put the speaker on, and that's it. I listen to it, and that's it. And whatever is there is there. You know, I don't like putting most of my energy on the internet, because does it pay? Yes, it does pay if you do. If you create, like, for example, my videos, if I do them, I put them there, I still get something, you know. But I don't want to be clicking on Facebook all the time for nothing. You know, I think I'm so much money minded and I'm so much time minded. For me, I just don't like wasting my time. I'd rather listen to a good book, or you know, something that's more helpful for me. So internet, like, that's a flip. I'm telling you, goodness. Even you can find people, they have gone out for a date, or they have taken their family out, and someone cannot keep off their phone. It's sad, guys. It's very sad. But you find that if you go to a close-knit African community, that one is not there. The friendships are there, the communication is there. You know, I miss those days, guys. I do miss those days. But we love technology. It's good, but it does have its disadvantages. And you find that when you come into a first class country, this is the first lane. We live in the first lane, I'm telling you. And you don't know how to put those boundaries, even for yourself as an adult, you are gonna get lost. So those are some of the things that you should know, that when I'm going, this could happen. Another thing that I don't like it is that people, when they come here, they become promiscuous, whereby you find that someone is really married, but they want to go on this other side of the fence and cheat. You know, African men, they are allowed to marry many people, which is okay. It's a culture. But even if they are allowed to marry many people, you find that they like to have those side things for themselves. And you find that some people are lured by it, and it's sad. Especially when you go to work, there's so many affairs, and then you're like, what the heck is going on? But if you understand the African culture, and you know that these men, that is their culture. They can have many women. You find that, and when people come, so if you're not very careful, you find that you will end up with so many kids, and here you pay for it. If you have a child, whether you're married or not, you have to pay child support. And child support is not voluntary. I'm telling you, child support can take you even to court, and you can be even arrested and jailed if you don't pay for it. So what they do if you refuse, because you know African men, they are used to not paying, abandoning. They're used to having an affair, or maybe marrying someone and leaving them with kids. And I normally say that because when I grew up, my dad abandoned my mother when she had 5 kids. And you know, that was, you know, it was unfair, it was wrong. But he did that, he left us. You find that here you will be followed, I'm telling you. You will go to work and you will get money, and your paycheck is going to be garnished. So what do I mean by being garnished? Your money is just going to be deducted, and then you'll be like, what happened to my money? Because you got kids to take care of. So if you come here, zip your trousers and do zero grazing. Stay with what you have. That's what I normally say, because it's bad out there. You don't want to be put in child support, because that's a bad thing. And child support is not only for men. Child support is even for women. If you think that you're going to abandon your kids and not pay for it, pay to take care of them, then you are in for a shock. So what I'm saying is, there are some good things and there are some bad things. It's upon you to pick or choose what you want to do. Pick if you want to have a good life, or pick if you want to have trouble. Do not drive when you're drunk. I told you that liquor or beer or wine is very cheap here. And if the moment you get into your car when you are drunk, you are going to pay a very, very heavy fine. And not even a fine. You know, money, you can earn money and pay a fine, but you are putting your life in danger, and you're putting the other people's life in danger. So you don't want to do that. Do not. And then there is addiction. You can be addicted to alcohol. You cannot be addicted to smoking, and that addiction doesn't go away. So have those conversations. Know that it's very easy for you to be hooked up, and know what to do. Reach out to people, talk to your family members, you know. And if you feel like you're going astray, there are so many avenues for helping people. Seek help, seek for professional help, and so that you can be able to enjoy the fruits of being an American. But I'm telling you, you can thrive, but you gotta have to know the bad things that you should not do, so that you avoid them and you are able to thrive. So guys, I wish you all the best. I have reached my work, and I need to park my car properly. I haven't done a good job in parking. So I wish you all the best, guys. Continue subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you, and God bless you.